I'm Whitney Harris, and we're starting off with breaking news this morning. Right now, Metro Police are investigating a fatal shooting overnight. Taking a look at what's trending, you may have seen this video, and this is one of my favorite days of the year, the Rock and Roll Marathon. It's 4:35 right now, and Georgia State Patrol is investigating a deadly crash in Effingham County. Well, check this one out, a really cool story here. Very, very exciting, and we have Marla Rooker out there live from the start line right now. So Marla, tell us what's going on, what's it like out there? All right, well, this mom is proving that anything is possible to you. Happy Halloween. Thanks for watching the news at daybreak. We're going to check in with Ron Wallace to get a look at our first alert forecast, and it's not too creepy. It's actually pretty nice. This is a big day for campaign 2016 in the Low Country. The South Carolina Republican presidential primary is today. It's so exciting. I'll be there. Our Marla Rooker is already getting a little taste this morning. So Marla, when is this going to be, and what are you guys doing right now? And our Tasha Reed is live there from the scene. So Tasha, I know the details are very limited, but you have been talking to police. What can you tell us so far? That's right, and it's what the son did next that has the entire family now calling him a hero. And political news this morning, the three Democratic presidential candidates were all under one roof in South Carolina last night. I don't know if I'm ready for Christmas trees yet, though. We got to do turkey first.
Yeah, right. Christmas before Thanksgiving, that is a little early for me.
Right, but still beautiful nonetheless.
Still beautiful.
Some new developments coming to light surrounding the shooting at Planned Parenthood. We're going to have the latest, plus many of you starting to hit the roads this weekend to come home, what Georgia State Patrol wants you to know. And the Weston Boat Parade kicks off tonight. We have all the details. Good morning, and thanks for watching the news at daybreak. I'm Whitney Harris, and we're starting off this morning with some breaking news. North and southbound lanes are closed on Eisenhower Drive as Metro Police clear a crash. We're hearing at least one officer was involved in that crash. Marla Rooker is live on the scene right now. She's getting more information, and she's going to bring us the latest as soon as she can. In the meantime, let's check in with our first alert meteorologist, Ron, for a look at our weekend forecast. All right, we're coming up on 6:02. More gun violence, this time in Colorado after a gunman opened fire at a Planned Parenthood office. Nearly a dozen people were injured in that shooting. 3 people were killed. Karen Moffitt has the latest details. And we have some new information this morning about a deadly crash in northwest Bacon County. It happened Thursday afternoon at the intersection of West 4th Street Extension and Friendship Church Road. Troopers say a car driven by Jared Taft ran a stop sign and hit another car, killing Kristen Lewis and her 5-year-old son, Andrew. Taft was badly hurt, and he was the driver of the car. The driver of the other car was hurt as well. Taft is expected to face several charges. Another bad wreck, this time in Bullitt County. A Bluffton woman is facing charges after a 3-car crash on Interstate 16 Thursday. According to the Georgia State Patrol, the woman was driving a white Jeep that crossed the median and struck 2 other cars. The crash sent her 2 passengers to the hospital, as well as 2 people from another car. No word yet on those victims' conditions. And it's crashes like these that the Georgia State Patrol is trying to prevent this weekend, stepping up patrols all across the state. Last year, they investigated 15 traffic deaths along the Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and officials say Georgia is seeing an alarming increase in deadly crashes this year. According to the Georgia Department of Transportation, this year alone, there have been more than 1,200 crashes statewide, while troopers in South Carolina have seen less than 800. The biggest thing GSP is keeping a watchful eye for is drunk drivers. Remember, if you have a drink, of course, please don't drive. AAA is offering tow to go. If you have too much to drink, you can call them for a ride anytime, all day and night, right here in Georgia today. AAA will safely take you and your vehicle home or somewhere within 10 miles. And here's the best part about it. You don't have to be a AAA member to get that service. Right now it's 6:05, and some good news for all of you who do plan to hit the roads this weekend in Georgia. GDOT is suspending construction-related lane closures. They'll be suspended until 10 p.m. Sunday on interstates, major state routes, or roads near major shopping areas. There will be similar restrictions for Christmas and for New Year's. About 8 hours ago, the Tanger outlets in Hilton Head shut their doors to holiday shoppers for the first time in more than 24 hours. That's a lot of shopping. Stores opened at 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. They remained open until 10 o'clock last night. The shopping center was packed as hundreds of people rushed in for good deals. Officials say some stores were even offering discounts as low as 40% off. That's a lot of savings. All right, well, now for a WTOC update. Police in New Orleans have now identified one of the suspects involved in a playground shooting last weekend. Joseph Allen is wanted on 17 counts of attempted first-degree murder. Police believe Allen was in one of two groups of gunmen who opened fire on each other Sunday at the playground. Officers say several hundred people were at that playground at the time, and 17 people were wounded by the gunfire. And back here in Savannah, we now have the name of the victim in the early morning shooting we brought to you as breaking on the news at daybreak. Investigators say 29-year-old Mario Williams was found in the parking lot of the Express Food Mart on Wheaton Street yesterday morning around 4 a.m. He was suffering from a gunshot wound. 2 people are now in custody for questioning, but police are still looking for one man who didn't stick around. If you know anything, call police or Crime Stoppers. And looking ahead, the White House fence jumper who spent his Thanksgiving in Secret Service custody is scheduled for another court hearing on Monday. Joseph Caputo made his first court appearance yesterday. He's charged with illegal entry after he jumped the fence protecting the White House Thursday. He has now been sent to a hospital to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. And according to court documents, before the fence jumping, Caputo left a suicide note and a message for his mother. All right, well, developing now, Savannah fire officials are investigating a fire at Chatham County Commissioner Yusuf Shabazz's church as possible arson. Just before midnight yesterday, firefighters responded to the First New African Methodist Christian Church on the corner of Victory Drive and MLK. Well, the back of the building was burned, but there was no damage inside. Shabazz owns the church, and his wife, Savannah Alderman Estella Shabazz, is the founder and the chief bishop. The Shabazzes believe they're being targeted, and they said this all needs to stop.
Now, we are not.
This is not the first incident this week. A man shot at 2 people at the Shabazz seafood restaurant next door on Wednesday. Police are investigating the fire as well as another incident involving a threatening note that was left at the home of one of the shooting witnesses. They believe those cases might be connected. In the Low Country, another fire, this one deadly after a blaze ripped through one Hilton Head Island home. After firefighters put the flames out at the house on Burke's Beach around 4 yesterday morning, they found Annie Mae Bolden's body. According to the Beaufort County Coroner's Office, she died from smoke inhalation. The cause of that fire is still not known. Well, friends and family, they gathered to say goodbye to one of the board members of the Bluffton Township Fire District after his sudden death. Robert Rogers served with the department since 1995, starting as a volunteer firefighter. Family, friends, and fellow firefighters gathered for the memorial services at the church and the Bluffton Cross in Bluffton yesterday afternoon. The fire department escorted the family because of Rogers' military background, and the honor guard was also present.
Mr. Rogers would always be.
Donations can be made to the American Heart Association or the Kidney Foundation of America in Commissioner Rogers' memory. All right, well, it's already starting to get icy in some parts of the country, if you can believe that. Well, we're going to show you the scene as Black Friday shoppers slipped all around on the roadways. Plus, we're going to see what the weather is looking like right here in our area. Right now, it's 53 degrees from the WTOC Savannah Hilton Head International Airport Skycam. That's a mouthful. We're going to have Ron coming right back with our first alert forecast. Ice storm warning has been issued in several counties across Oklahoma this morning due to some cold, wet weather. Take a look at this. Many Black Friday shoppers woke up to this scene, sleet and snow all across the state, as travelers advisory was also issued for drivers. But, of course, we shouldn't be expecting anything like this anytime soon, if at all. It hardly even snows or ices around here. But let's see, what can we expect today, Ron? We're still following that breaking news this morning, a crash that's blocked both south and northbound lanes of Eisenhower Drive. And that's where Marla Rooker is finally right now for us live. So, Marla, what can you tell us right now? Many people across the country are experiencing some severe weather this morning. Up next, we're going to have a look at the places that are hardest hit. First, though, beautiful, right? The WTOC Ken Nugent Tybee Island Sky Cam. Can't you just picture yourself sitting at the beach this morning watching the sunrise? I love it. Well, we're going to have your first alert forecast coming up.